"The one thing we wanted to do collectively as a defensive line was play for Cliff," Seahawks defensive end Frank Clark said. "It's almost like him being able to play through us." The defensive line performed much in the spirit of Avril, while stepping forward in a big way as their unit to compensate for his absence. The line was a big key in holding the Giants to 177 total yards, and most notably, 46 rushing yards on 17 attempts a week after New York rushed for a season-best 146 yards in their first victory of the season at Denver. "We noticed Denver gave them a lot," Sheldon Richardson said of what he saw on film when preparing for the Giants. "They weren't finishing blocks, weren't getting off of blocks, and weren't finishing tackles, things of that nature. You can't do that in the NFL because every team is good." Pete Carroll also confirmed how pleased he was after the Seahawks bottled up the New York ground attack when it was apparent they wanted to run the ball effectively after being so successful at it in Week 6. "We had a big rotation tonight, and everybody played and all that, but those guys really held up play after play after play to keep the running game to what it was," Carroll said of his defensive line's effort. "And they were trying to run it, they were trying really hard to run it, and they just didn't let them." Once the Seahawks front wall had firmly established that the Giants were not going to be able to take pressure off their passing game with the run, the defensive line was eventually positioned to make the most impactful play of the game. At 9:57 of the fourth quarter, with the Seahawks clinging to a 10-7 lead, Jarran Reed sacked Eli Manning at the New York 35-yard line and forced a fumble that was recovered by Clark. One play later, Russell Wilson hit Paul Richardson for a 38-yard touchdown pass, and the Seahawks had a cushion that could not be surmounted. "That's doing what the D-line does and being up for the team when the team needs us," Clark said. "Our coach told us before we took the field we need the ball. Jay Reed came up big. He made that play, he did his job. He got the strip, I got the recovery." Clark then compared he and Reed working together on the pivotal turnover to how a famous WWE outfit operates. "That's how you work," said Clark. "Hand in hand, tag team partners like the Hardy Boys out there."